Our ancestors always wondered, looking at those stars in the night sky. What is out there? Where are we? How does the Earth look? Everyone was excited when the US President John F. Kennedy in 1960s announced about Apollo mission to land astronauts on the moon. In 1968, during Apollo 8 mission to the moon, the astronaut William Anders aboard the lunar module took his camera and clicked the first clear picture ever of the Earth as the Earth was rising above the horizon. It was not only the most popular image of the time, but it revealed our beautiful blue planet to every human on Earth. We set out to explore the moon, and instead we discovered the Earth. Anderson said later. For the first time, humans truly discovered their home planet. Earthrise image inspired millions of people around the world, including scientists, environmental activists in the US. A devastating oil spill in Santa Barbara, California in 1969 brought together many Earthrise inspired people, general public, scientists, politicians, environmental activists, and eventually the first Earth Day was observed on 22nd April 1970. Every year, billions of people gather around the world to raise the awareness about the importance of protecting our beautiful planet for future generations. Earth Day has forced many governments to pass the environmental acts. Despite of that, humans seem to lose control over their fate. Revolution, the average temperature of our Earth rose by 1 degree Celsius due to human activity, mainly because of burning fossil fuels, which release tons of CO2, a greenhouse gas, into Earth's atmosphere. For instance, making 1 ton of cement produces 1.25 tons of CO2. 1 degree Celsius temperature rise is a big deal because if you see at the end of the last ice age, when the northeast United States was covered by more than 3,000 feet of ice, average temperatures were only 5 to 9 degrees cooler than today. Climate change is already taking its toll, with more intense and strong hurricanes, more droughts and heat waves, disturbances in agriculture and ecosystems, sea level rises because of melting ice. Between 1992 and 2017, the Arctic ice sheet shed roughly 3 trillion metric tons of ice. It's a lot of ice. NASA forecasts a temperature rise of 4 to 5 degrees Celsius by the end of the century. And that's a bad news. Is 4.5 billion years old. Life existed on the Earth for nearly 4 billion years. There are about 5 billion different species lived on the planet since it was born. But life also went extinct 5 times in the history of the Earth. Major volcanoes erupted. Extreme radiation from space. An asteroid hit the Earth, killed all the dinosaurs and wiped out 90% of the species. Will the climate change drive humans into extinction? The 6th mass extinction. Maybe. According to scientists, the chances of reversing the climate change is only 60%. If this continues for another decade, then humans would lose any opportunity to save themselves. Planet Venus is a live example of a planet with a runaway greenhouse effect. Temperature of Venus is about 465 degrees Celsius. Venus got so hot because of its thick carbon dioxide atmosphere which traps the sunlight. Today, the CO2 levels in Earth's atmosphere has reached 415 parts per million for the first time in 2.5 million years, where the average was only 250 parts per million. There is no doubt Earth could become like Venus without our intervention. It is arrogance to say save the planet because Earth has been there for at least 4.5 billion years. and life existed on the earth for nearly 4 billion years. Billions of species existed on the planet since it was born. If you compress the age of the universe into a 12-month calendar, humans appeared on the last day on 31st December at 9 p.m. World War happened 0.2 seconds ago. Earth doesn't need us. We need the earth. The chances of you being born on this earth is 1 in 400 trillion. We are extremely lucky and we should be grateful to that. Eventually, we will overcome the COVID-19 pandemic. But the next big threat for humanity is climate change. It is not humans versus nature. It is humans in nature. Let us all save ourselves by respecting the planet, by respecting the nature. Let's all work together, not just for a better planet, for a better you and me, for a better humanity.